Jeff and Jeremy here. It's time for Dumbass of the Day, brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart. Have you ever tried to buy ready-mix concrete at a box store? Don't do it. You'll end up being a dumbass. You need to give Peterson's U-Cart a call. Go by and see them. They're on Gusta Road in Atascadero. Or you can find them online, petersonsucart.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
If you work in a drive-thru, it's terrible because people talk down to you all day. They just treat you like you're stupid because you work in a drive-thru and you're clearly a dumb person. You can't do anything else with your life. You're dumb. You're an idiot, right? And like you can be as nice as can be to these people. Like I was very polite when I worked in the drive-thru. I'd be like, hey, here's your food. Have a great day. And they'd be like, thanks, idiot. Good luck with your baby. And I'm like, I don't have a baby. I don't know what that means. But it was the worst when, like, you would make a mistake in a drive-thru. People will lose their minds. It's insane how crazy they will go. Even when that mistake isn't your fault at all, right? Like, I'm working at a drive-thru one time, and a guy comes through. He orders his food, pulls up to the window, pays for it, and then drives away without his food. Okay? That is clearly not my fault, right? Like, I made no implication the transaction was over. I was like, hey, buddy, go and take off now. No. I didn't say anything. He just decided it was his time to go. And went, right? It's not over. I know you're very excited about that part, but it's not over. 15 minutes later, he comes back through the drive-thru, like very angry at me, and he pulls up the window like, hey! I did not get my food! I was like, I know. You just left, buddy. Like, I thought it was funny, you know? But he was really upset, like it was my fault or something. He was like, how come you didn't, like, run after me or chase me down? I was like, oh, because I don't care enough to do that, right? Like, I work in a drive-thru. I clearly don't even care enough to chase my dreams. You know, what do you want from me right now? Yeah. Good luck with your baby, idiot. Have fun.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
So, what's the most efficient drive-thru line that you've ever been in?
Oh, efficient, fast. Probably Taco Bell. Seems like they are extremely fast.
Okay. All right.
I know it's
South
not
Carolina.
In-N-Out. I mean, In-N-Out, it probably is In-N-Out. It's just they're so busy, but...
The In-N-Out in Arroyo Grande is I would say the In-N-Out in Atascadero is the most efficient that I've ever been in. The least efficient is the In-N-Out in Arroyo Grande. Yeah. I don't understand it.
It takes forever.
Yes, but maybe they do more volume in Arroyo Grande. I don't know. A lot of people love Chick-fil-A because it's got a super efficient drive-thru. And I've been through their drive-thru a couple times, and yes, it is efficient. They do a great job. And they have people out there handing you your food and, you know, telling you, hey, you know, your order's coming up in just a minute. It's crazy how many people they have working out amongst the cars at a Chick-fil-A drive-thru. Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, they were doing vaccinations at the church, okay? And the mayor got a call that a technology glitch was affecting the vaccination site at the church on Friday. So that left individuals stuck waiting for up to an hour for their vaccinations. They didn't want that. So he was thinking fast, and he called up the local Chick-fil-A manager, Jerry, and they said, hey, I need you to come help me with this drive-thru situation down here. So he called the guy up, and the guy showed up at the church website, at the church parking lot before the mayor showed up. That's how efficient he was.
Dang.
He was standing there. He was moving people along. The mayor shared a video on Twitter, and he's seen standing in the rain with an umbrella as he's motioning cars to move forward in the line of waiting vehicles. And he's asking, do you guys have your paperwork yet? Okay, he's going to help you out right there. And he was moving it like he moves the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. And I ask you, Jeremy, why is it you don't trust the vaccination?
I didn't say I didn't trust it. I just have some questions that I want answered first. That's all.
Come on, anybody could work out the logistics of this. What it makes me really question is the government.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because the government showed once again that they're wildly inefficient, that they needed to lean on private industry and people that do this on a regular basis for a living in order to do their jobs for them, as if our tax dollars is not enough.
That's called delegating, Jeff. Something that middle managers have been doing
right?
successfully for decades.
That's what our tax dollars go towards, delegation. Congratulations to the local government of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. You got shown up by the manager down at the fast food restaurant. You're Jeff and Jeremy.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We love U-Cart. You say.
Jeff and Jeremy online at KZOZ.com. Whitney's with us. This is kind of fun. Jeff's working from home. Whitney's at her home office as well. I'm here in the studio, and we now have our cameras going so we can see everybody. And so...
it's been so long.
Whitney was just telling me...
I was wondering if you were going to look different, actually. I wanted to open my Christmas... I wanted to open my present on Christmas morning when I got to see you in person, because it's been since, I think, February since I've seen you in person. So, but now I can see what you're looking like, and you're looking good, kid.
Thanks. Nice to see y'all.
Yeah, is your hair longer? It looks longer.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
No haircut during COVID.
Nope. Just embracing it. You know, it's expensive for girls to get their hair cut, and I'm not going anywhere. So
that's good.
And it's hard too, because I mean, think about it. Guy's hair, a barber or a hairstylist could cut a guy's hair in 10 minutes. I think that's how long my last haircut took. And
incredible.
No. How long does it usually take you to get, like, when you go to get your haircut?
I mean, I don't usually get color. That's where you like get stuck in the chair for hours. But it still takes like over an hour.
Yeah. You get all that hair to wash and dry and cut and rewash and all that stuff.
You have to do the whole chatter, the gossip, and you just buy into that whole.
Plus, it smells bad when you go to a salon where women get their hair done. What is that awful smell?
It's the hair color.
It's the color that they're putting in the hair?
It's all that chemicals and things.
Ugh. It's gross.
Would you rather be a stylist to men or a stylist to women?
No, good question. Men. Because that's the other thing, like the idle chatter. You
don't like it?
No, can't do it.
Jeremy?
What?
What would you rather do?
What, cut hair or not? Not cut hair. I don't want to cut hair.
Would you rather rub your fingers through guys' hair or girls' hair?
Okay. I don't know who's cutting your hair, Jeff, but nobody's ever rubbed their fingers through my hair.
Oh, you don't get the head massage? Oh, it's the best.
No. Yeah, yes. I guess at the very end of my haircut, she washes my hair so it gets all the hair out, and it takes about 15 minutes. But really, with a guy's hair, it's all clippers.
Wash your hair?
Huh?
To wash your hair, it takes 15 minutes, or from
the whole thing from the time I sit down to the time I leave takes about 15 minutes, which I appreciate. I don't want to be there any longer than that. But boy, this is a good one. If I could cut the hair and not have to wash it, then I would say guys, because you just clip it. Like a barber. Barbers didn't wash your hair, did they? I don't think I ever got my hair washed. I'd be a barber. That's what I'd be.
I think it was all about turnover.
Yeah,
I said stylist. I didn't say barber. So way to skirt the question with your homophobia.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Listen, I ran into this situation once where I was going to a local barbershop where it was all women that were there, and it was kind of cool. It was like they had TVs and they were giving you beers and stuff. And then one day I come in and the person that had been cutting my hair quit after cutting my hair for 3 years. And there's a guy standing there. And he's got tattoos all up and down his arms and his neck and his shaved head. And he looks like a tattoo artist.
Let me wash your hair.
And I'm thinking,
you're starting to sweat. You're like, oh no.
And I'm like,
turn around.
He's like, yeah, I'm cutting your hair. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to argue with this guy because he's tatted up and he looks way tougher than me. He was wearing like a wife beater. And then, I'm thinking, okay, it's cool until he's like, all right, let's go get washed up. I'm like, no, I'm good. And he's like, no, it's good. It comes with it. So next thing you know, he's got his hands in my hair. And I was very uncomfortable with some strange guy giving me a scalp. And I swear I'm thinking this is taking way longer than Carrie used to do it. Because Carrie cut my hair and she would just do it and it would be done and over with. And I swear he's like conditioning. I don't know what's going on, but it was way too long. And from that point on, I decided that I'm only going to have women cut my hair.
I wonder what the profit margin is between fast food restaurants and sit-down restaurants. Right now, I know what the profit margin has been for the last year, but I mean, as far as before COVID times, because I think that you could equate that business to that, where the people that are cutting hair, and you'd mentioned barber, Jeremy. Barber, man, that's all about turnover. You could probably do, in a good hour, 5 or 6 haircuts in that hour. Whereas, how long was the last time you got your haircut, Whitney? How long did it take?
Probably at least like an hour and a half, maybe close to 2 hours.
And how much did you pay for it, if you don't mind my asking?
Let's see, I did get my hair colored. I did it right before the pandemic, and it was just like, this for my birthday. And I was like, great, I colored my hair and I have nowhere to go.
$100?
Little did I know. It was well over $100. Which is pretty standard.
You moron.
Yeah.
I pay 25 with tip. So it's like, but I'm in and out of there in 15 minutes. And usually it's funny because during the pandemic, she has something set up at her house. And while she's cutting my hair, normally there's some girl like you that's getting her hair colored, sitting on a bench, waiting, for the color to set in. So normally she would just be sitting there chatting it up, I guess. And instead she can make an extra $25 on me cutting my hair while the color sets.
And no overhead, right?
Yeah. And I remember going with my grandfather to the barber shop, and it had the wood panels on the wall, and it had the barber pole outside. It even had the guy that said, the U.S. military, Uncle Sam wants you to join the army. All that old stuff. But I swear to God, it was the first Flowbee.
Herbicide.
You know what the Flowbee is, Whitney? Okay, the Flowbee is that thing that you see on TV where it's a vacuum and clippers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't buy it. It's sold out right now or something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his face said that he cuts his hair with it.
Yeah, it was some celebrity.
Clooney, yeah.
Ah, that's right.
But when I was a kid, for $5, I would go with my grandfather, and they had a vacuum stuck on the wall with a hose. It looks like when you go get your car washed at the car wash, and it had the clippers on there, and it was the Flowbee. And they've been doing it since the
efficiency.
60s.
It's all about efficiency. You got to turn those customers over, unless they're paying over $100 like Whitney, for an hour and a half.
Well, the thing is, I get my hair cut every 2 weeks, so it's $25, $50 a month, times, and so my wife always wins because she only gets her hair done once or twice a year maybe. And so she pays $200 and something, but I'm still.
So if they are full on busy, people that cut hair, hairstylists, we're just doing some quick economic math here. You could say the going rate is about $100 an hour, which is pretty good pay if you don't have the overhead and you have to rent the space and all that stuff. I'm moving this weekend, and at the end of the U-Haul checkout form, they say, hey, would you like 2 people to come and help you at your house? We can get 2 people for $100 an hour. And I'm like thinking, man, that's a lot. I could do it myself. I don't need your helpers coming to my house to help me move. But now I think about it, it's more lucrative and a lot less backbreaking to be a hairstylist than it is a mover.
It's true.
Damn.
There you go.
What are we doing this? We should be, I could cut hair and do this at the same time, whatever this is. Talking.
Yeah, and you could do it on the video. It'd be like this whole multi-platform engagement. People would love it.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to be disengaged from this conversation for a few minutes because I've got an 8:30.
I just got to bring him in. It'll be quick. All right, we'll come back and find out what's going on with Downtown Slow and Whitney. Hang on. Red Zone Challenge up and running right now. KZOZ.com. You can win yourself $25 to go to Pappy McGregor's. Be our MVP for the week, like Mike the Hurricane Andrews is. You can win a trip to Hawaii, $500 cash. All you have to do is play. It's presented by Donahue Trek Centers and Fred Brewitt, the Central Coast Realtor. All you have to do is pick one game this week. Chiefs, Bucks. KZOZ.com. Click on the Red Zone Challenge.
When you write, what is your instrument of choice?
A pen.
Okay. You are in the majority.
Actually, a Sharpie. A Sharpie. That's a marker, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love the Sharpie. Not the fine point either. The regular.
They asked 1,500 people in a survey, do you prefer to write in pen or pencil?
Okay. I go pen.
What percentage do you think said they'd rather write with a pen?
I would think it'd be 80 plus, 90%.
Very close. It was 79%. 14% said pencil, and then the other 7% was spread out with other So actually, you are saying other because you like to write with a marker.
Sharpie.
Whatever. So do you write letters with markers then?
I write in birthday cards, everything. If I can do it with a Sharpie, I always carry one.
See, I can't. The reason why I would say pen is I can't stand, and this is even worse with a Sharpie, is that feeling vibration in the pencil, and with a Sharpie, it's even more so, or any marker of any size. I hate writing with markers because that sound it makes, that.
Oh, I love it. I like the smell. I like the sound. I like the vibration. Everything that you don't like about the Sharpie, I love about the Sharpie. And I like that it's really bold print. So, I don't know. But I don't write a lot of letters, so I mean, it's like I'm usually just signing something or.
Oh yeah, that's right. A lot of autographs, right?
Yeah, a lot of autographs. You know, they make us sign all this damn stuff around here for payroll.
And they accept it in Sharpie?
I've
because
never.
Whenever you sign something of any importance, it says use blue or black ink, and I guess technically that's black
or
ink,
blue.
But it's not.
It could be red too. Yeah.
Sharpie, huh?
The Sharpie is the way to go. You can let us know what you think. 805-543-3693 are the numbers to get in. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're at Jeff and Jeremy. Pencil, pen, or what other instrument do you like to write with?
What others are there?
You know, highlighters. I don't know. Is that a marker? No, it's a highlighter. Some people I've seen write, well, I don't know if they do that, but.
What?
Crayon?
Oh, my daughter's big into crayon, man. She uses crayon everything.
What about the people that still like to use the pens that you dip in the ink like it's the 1920s?
The quill.
So weird.
That's cool. Now, if you're using a pen like that, that's a baller move.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.